All right, guys. In this video, I want to share with you how I was able to stop waking up in the middle of the night almost every night. I'm going to talk about what's most likely going on in your body and, some practical things that you can do and that I did to get the ball rolling and improve your sleep. So first and foremost, what's going on? Most likely it's because of your blood sugars. And what I mean by that is your liver stores glycogen, which is basically a storage form of glucose, but it can only store so much. And if you're eating in a way and living in a way that your glycogen stores are going to be low in the middle of the night, your liver does not have enough glucose, enough glycogen to go out and supply your body. So your body does what it's going to do, which is go, hey man, we don't have enough glycogen. We're going to have to make some glucose ourselves, which means stress hormones are going to need to be increased. This is a natural response. Doesn't make it bad. It's natural. But as cortisol, as adrenaline, as these stress hormones go up, you're obviously going to wake up. They're stress hormones, right? So it causes you to wake up and there you are. Now, what can you do? Now, this is very specific to the situation I was in, but I find that a lot of people fall into this camp. So there's usually not any one cause. There's usually, you're kind of stacking things on top of each other. I definitely was. So for me personally, I was doing extreme diets. So that would be the first thing. I would move away from doing those because you're not fueling your body. For me, I had done years, over a decade of carnivore, keto. I did try vegan, it was a terrible experience, but mainly I was the low carb guy. I wasn't going to eat carbs because I thought they were the devil. So I was definitely avoiding carbs. Once I stopped doing that, I began reintroducing carbs. My sleep immediately began to improve. Okay. I was fasting. I was fasting every day for at least 16 hours, extremely stressful on the body. Basically, I was living in a chronically stressed state. I was extremely hard on my body. I wasn't eating enough calories. I'm just shy of 6'2". At the time of this video, I'm like anywhere from 210 to 214 pounds. I'll eat 2,800 to 3,500 calories a day. It kind of depends on the day. But at that time, I was eating around 2,000 calories a day and doing it on purpose, thinking that was the healthy thing to do. And I was just causing myself more problems and stressing my body even more on top of the low carb, on top of the extreme diets and the fasting and the low calorie stuff. It was just too much. And my body was trying to tell me something. I wasn't necessarily over exercising, but I see this in people. So I wanted to mention it. So those are some things you can avoid. Now, as far as a really easy thing to do is obviously start eating in a way that supports your metabolism and gives you enough calories, but also a bedtime snack can help. Something like drinking milk and honey could be really helpful. Sometimes that causes people to have to get up at night to pee. For some, it doesn't. If that's you, you can just repeat that. If you wake up at 2, it's a good thing to have these snacks because it can kind of replenish those glycogen stores. Other people don't have any issues having to pee in the middle of the night. If they do something like that, your mileage is going to kind of vary. But any sort of bedtime snack that's going to give you carb, protein, and some fat is a good option. Okay. And then watch out for alcohol. If you're drinking towards the evening, that is going to screw up your sleep cycle. I'm not down on alcohol by any means, but we got to get your sleep dialed in. So that can be something important to include in there. So this was kind of, my story. I'm not saying this is the only reason why you're waking up in the middle of the night. But again, when you're doing a lot of these things, they kind of stack on each other and they just cause issues. So the sooner you can get away from them, the better your sleep's going to be. So let me know in the comments other topics you want me to cover. This was a prime example of a question somebody wanted me to answer. So here it is. I hope it was helpful. See you in the next one. Thanks, guys.